straight back from airport from my vacation, guys, to the office because literally Bitcoin right now is going up. It has been holding up quite well, the area of 91, 92, and I'm expecting higher prices while we're holding on into this important, critical, and pivotal area. As you can see, if I flip over to the DA, guys, we've got an important, to be honest, bullish action that has been going on for the past couple of days. As you can see, we've been literally trading Bitcoin perfectly ever since we had the hit of 84.82, and I explained, guys, how important that area was in terms of looking to long Bitcoin, and that was, to be honest, the main reason why we opened a long. By the way, guys, I literally made a public video, I think that was about a week ago on Saturday. I literally titled it why I longed Bitcoin, and as you can see, I'm still holding on into the exact same long that we had opened from last week. If I quickly show you the trade, as you can see, same entry, same exact amount, and as you can see, we only took 50% off once we had gone up a bit. However, as I've been teaching you guys, never to close your winners, let them run for longer. Hence why I'm quite happy about holding this long for longer, because we never know. Like, technically right now, Bitcoin is holding on into 92.91, and I'm going to talk about the target if we manage to hold on into this area, because as you can see, we have managed to actually also get a long from the bottom, as we have done, or we had done on the top. As you can see, we had shorted Bitcoin. I think that was like 2 weeks ago. We shorted 107, and it looks, to be honest, pretty good, holding a short from the top, or the local top at least, and also from the local bottom. As you can see, to be honest, it remains to be seen whether 84 or 80 as a bottom would be just a lower low, and then we may flip over. That's a higher likelihood of this happening. However, we also may get this actually end up being a good bottom and we go much higher. Hence why I'm not here to predict what's going to happen. I'm merely here to talk about the price action and also my next best long and short trades. However, right now, let me recap you guys and tell you exactly where am I targeting Bitcoin, or where is going to be the next resistance line, and my expectations for higher prices if we actually manage to get Bitcoin above or holding on to 91 or 92. As you can see, if I go on a 1 hourly time frame, we had clearly seen Bitcoin actually give us an amazing good reaction of a rise. I literally posted a free Telegram post, I think that would have been like 5-6 hours ago when I was boarding the plane, and I told you guys that I will go live in the next hours. However, you must know that if we manage to hold on 91, 92, I'm expecting higher prices to come. Now, where exactly that, I'm going to explain to you guys my next two important resistance lines if we assume that Bitcoin actually manages to hold on onto 91, 92 as a support. As I told you guys, I never trade breakouts. Like, even though right now I do predict, or I do expect higher prices if we hold on to 91 as support, I'll never tell you to randomly long this move, because as you know, guys, we always gotta remain cautious of the fake outs. Right now, Bitcoin has opened up the New York session, and we might actually be seeing a fake out of the high and then us seeing lower price. Hence why, please don't look at the title, don't look at the thumbnail. You must understand that this is only a good bullish move just for the ones that actually took the long trade with me when I had posted it like a week ago. So if you have a long open, just hold it on for longer. Avoid shorts while we're holding on to 91, 92. Don't take me saying, or don't take the next target I'm going to explain as me telling you guys that I'm expecting, or I'm telling you guys to open up a breakout trade based on us breaking out of 91, 92. To be honest, I'll never do that. I'm against trading the breakout. It's better to hold on a long and then be happy about a breakout of a certain resistance line. Now, with that being said, let me finish off by saying, or telling you guys, where's my next expectations for the next important resistance line. I think that it would be pretty obvious, to be honest, on the chart, that you can clearly tell that if we manage to hold on 91, 92, as I've said from the previous kind of like 2 live streams, because literally I went on a vacation, guys. However, I didn't leave you guys hanging. We literally we went live on 2 out of the 3 days I took a vacation in. As you can see, I was literally going live from my hotel room. Anyways, let me finish off by saying or telling you guys my expectations for higher. Obviously, as said, like hold 91, 92. I'm going to be waiting for 97, 96. We either get the best short trade here because obviously it is an important area with a good enough volume resistance, to be honest, for me to try a short. However, if we never get a bad reaction at 97, 98, I'm going to be officially and honestly waiting for higher price. So this is how I'd like, or I'd prefer, to be honest, to trade Bitcoin. I'd love to take longs at the lows, like catch good longs when the price is dropping. And if we randomly or we strongly see a reflection in price, we actually stop trying to go against the trend. Never try to take random longs or shorts, but understanding that if we break 91, I'm probably going to be waiting for 97 here. We either get a good short trade or it ends up being a good resistance support flip zone, and then we go higher. If we flip 80, 98, 97, I'm going to be waiting for 105. So I've got ideas to short. I might try to short every single rise because you must understand that the market structure is still bearish, guys. As you can see, every single time we had made it seem as if we're finally breaking out and we're going to maybe challenge the previous all-time high. As you can see, every single time we had done that, we literally went back all the way lower. So I'm not saying that this will end up being like the other previous time, but you must understand that you have to try shorting the price action at good enough resistance line. So we hold 92. I'm going to cancel the plan of shorting. I'm going to be waiting for 97. We managed to magically hold 97. I'm going to cancel the plan of shorting and then wait for 105. I'm going to try to short, but I must understand that if we start breaking out, I have to hold on the long. That's pretty, to be honest, nice of us getting a long from lower. That would actually free us from trying to short or long randomly. Like if we actually, like, let's assume we break out of 97, I'm going to be totally okay and cool with it because I've got a long from 84, so I don't have to be forced to try random shorts or longs. I've got a short from from higher, a long from lower, and I'm going to be waiting for my lines to be hit. Either we get a nice short to be added at 97 or wait for higher, maybe try a new one at 105, and that's, to be honest, my outlook for the market, guys. Thank you, brothers, showing up, and thank you for actually being here, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed the live streams we've done from my hotel room, and now we're back at a regular scheduling, except that I know that I do understand that today's live stream is a bit late, obviously, like maybe 4 hours or maybe 3 hours to be exact late from the usual time we go live. However, I literally just came back from the airport like maybe 2 hours ago, so at least we made it to the office in enough time to actually catch us looking at the price action. Give me a second here. I want to take a look at every single comment here. Let me pull them up, and then we'll proceed with maybe looking at the price, looking for the lower time frame. I literally didn't do much analysis or TA today, so we'll maybe go on a lower time frame, spend some time actually checking up the price and seeing where we might actually come up with ideas. We never know, like maybe I can come up with a scalp, short, long, I never know, but I always try to keep the first 5 to 10 minutes in the beginning of the live stream as kind of an update, like a little update that we only focuses on the new ideas. So like focus or see how like in the beginning 10 minutes I literally mentioned no little long or short trades. Like it's only about, like, the beginning update was literally about us either holding on to 92, and if we do that, I'm going to be waiting for 97. So I also I tried to make it quite clear, and I hopefully won't get such comments telling me that, oh, should I long now? Obviously, guys, not. Like, don't be longing the top, don't be exit liquidities, because obviously we just have opened the New York session literally 40 minutes ago. So you gotta be cautious whenever Bitcoin actually pumps at the open or the beginning 1 hour or 1 hourly open of the next session, because sometimes we do get a fake out and then the price reverses back lower, or if it goes lower then it reverses back up. In this case, it has gone up in the first like 30 minutes, so we gotta be cautious of it. I'm not saying that we will go lower, but I have to be cautious. Like, this is the nicest thing about being a trader that understands long in the dumps and short in the pumps, because in this case we either get maybe a rejection, and we could, who never knows, like we never know, maybe reject from 91, 92, and then maybe test out a little short of us doing that and then going lower maybe. Or if we let's just assume that Bitcoin actually gets some enough like volume, buyer volume to us pushing higher, then I'm going to be expecting a rise. Like, don't take me expecting a rise while we're holding on to 91, 92 to 97. Don't take it as a trade by itself. Like, you could be bullish, biased towards bullishness, biased towards higher prices based on my saying of us holding this and going to that. Maybe you could look for a lower time from entry of a long, but that long would be you have to enter it with the understanding that it is actually on a lower time frame, and also understand that you must look for a little dump within this section, or within this bullish biased section. So I think I've said it quite a lot, to be honest, like for the past like couple of weeks, but I need to make it quite clear, guys. So quickly, I haven't taken a look at the comments, so let me manage or try to find them up here. Hold on a second, brothers and sisters. So let me, oh, please bear with me. I'm still getting my PC up and going here. So anyways, I think that should be right here. I'm also a bit sick, more than a bit, to be honest, but I didn't want to miss the live stream for today. So let me quickly pull up the comments here and read them one by one before going on into the lower time frame. We've got Gary from Greece, Mohammed Rifat, how are you doing, brother? Wig, how are you doing? Hello, hi, Renata Cross, BRT, Alexander, Coinpull said Bitcoin 96. Let's go. Yeah, we might actually get a pump. Like, that's the nicest thing about holding a long from lower, is that we can enjoy the breakout. Like, see how nice it is when you finally understand what I'm trying to actually tell you guys. Like, I've been saying that for like literally months. Like, please look for longs at the lows. Not only because it literally the only way it makes sense, but also that would let you enjoy the feeling of getting a breakout pump without to be honest, like the other, to be honest, option, or possibility of us faking out the high and then seeing lower prices. Like, sometimes, or most breakout traders struggle because they enter a long at a breakout, and then 70-80% of the time it ends up being a fake out, and then the price goes lower and they lose their money. So if you manage to get along from lower, you get along when the price is dropping, then that way you're not forced to enter the market too late. Like, you've literally, like, if you've seen a pump, hold on a second, you've literally seen a pump like from I'd say like 80k all the way to 92. Like, what makes you think that long in the quote-unquote breakout here makes sense? Like, don't tell me we've got a pattern, don't tell me we've got a this and that, don't tell me the MACD or the RSI looking good. To be honest, like, I'd rather not participate in this pump if I didn't get along here, rather than just opening a random long here. I don't want to be like a sorry, I couldn't find a better maybe respectful term to use, but I don't want to be like held up by the price or the market and praying that it goes up, just because I literally had seen the price go from 80 to 90k, 15% up, and I'm only longing that quote unquote breakout from some reason. Like, you get some like beginners drawing like a line here. Oh, we right now have broken out of this cup and whatever that is, like pattern, let's buy, or maybe like this. All right. So to be honest, please don't be doing that because you'll end up losing your money. Anyways, let me continue reading the comments. Boss, is it good to short at 90k? Yes. So whenever I say yes, that doesn't mean you should put a limit order on like weeks or whatever exchange you're using. Like, don't take me answering the question with yes as me signaling to sell whatever happens at 98k. You have to understand the 98, or I'd say, or I put it like most accurately, from 96 to 98 is my next place or area to look for a short, or my closest area for resistance. So in between 92 to 96, 97, I wouldn't be trying to short the market. To be honest, I'd be actually waiting and expecting higher. So right now, if you want to ask me, I'm going to tell you that while above 91, 92, I'm expecting higher. Now, you have to understand that whenever I say this, like I tell you guys that while above this, I'm expecting this. Don't take it as me telling you to open longs, but take it as me telling you to be biased towards higher. Understand where's the F statement is starting from, and also avoid shorting randomly. So the people that could make money from me saying that if this then that is obviously the ones that have already taken the long. We all took it together, or even you could have found a random long at whatever price you have. Like, I'm not here to judge or tell you like you either have to have a long at exactly 84.6 or it couldn't work. Like, I'm just saying that this like outlook or this prediction or expectation, I'd say that's a better wording. This expectation is only beneficial for those who already have a long, or even those who are thinking about shorting. Obviously, avoiding a short and avoiding a loss is also a good thing. Maybe sometimes even better than winning a trade. And lastly, the ones that are looking too long. So I know that the easiest thing to do is either hold on for your long or avoid shorts. That is quite easy to explain. Now, if we go to the advanced level of how can I enter a trade, how can I long this, or how can I benefit from this pump if I don't have an pre-existing long? Now, it's pretty hard to do because obviously you need to rewire your brain by stopping having the mindset of a breakout trader. So rather than thinking about like randomly longing, like obviously the easiest thing that maybe a beginner would do or think about doing, hold on a second, the easiest thing would or the beginner would do is obviously let me remove the brushes, obviously maybe taking over the rectangle, and then they would only like or Ahmed said, Champs Crypto said, if we hold this, we're going to here, I'm going to open along, put the stop loss below 91 and the take profit at 97. Now it could happen, but even if it happens, I must tell you guys, please don't be doing that. Like, even if you make money out of it, even if you like become happy in my comments, tell me, oh thank you, you told me to long, I made money. Please don't be doing that. Like, even if you make money, I would consider it a loss to myself or to my analysis, because you did it quite wrong. Like, as I said, first thing or the first kind of people that can benefit is the others, or the people who already have a long, or avoiding a short. Now I think we're done with that. The third one, or the advanced one, is obviously maybe trying to find a long. Like, I'm saying find a long, so it's different than longing. Like, finding a long is about going to a lower time frame rather than the higher time frame like expectation. So let's just say that I'm expecting Bitcoin on the 1 hourly to 4 hour time frame, so the mid time frames, to go to 97. Now what you could do is actually go to the 5-minute or the 15-minute time frame, depending on what. To be honest, it doesn't matter. It's not a time frames are just a way to showcase the price action anyways. So you go to this one and then you look for a trade. Now some may ask, or the proper question or the good question here is like, what do you mean by looking for a trade? Obviously I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what kind of stuff you can be looking at, but it depends on how you trade normally. So think about how you trade normally, except if you're a breakout trader, don't do that. I'm talking about the ones that are like the people who are understanding that we must look for a dump. So let's just assume that Bitcoin goes on. Let's keep like viewing Bitcoin on the 15-minute time frame, and assuming Bitcoin goes to 94.5. See, at this area, I might be, or I could find a long that would maybe like require a little dump to, let's just assume 92.8. And then I'll find like a little new idea for a long here that is actually requiring a dump. So I always like long a dump. Like, I'll never like long the breakout. But if I find on a lower time frame a little dump that if I zoom out, it would look like a bump, then obviously I could actually enter here and then use it to my benefit of me knowing that 96.8 is my expectation. So you gotta understand this. Like, the tricky part here guys, is actually rewiring your brain from stopping taking breakout trades to someone who understands the bullish bias, and only if the market doesn't go like immediately to the target, only if it gives you a little retracement, then you find a way to enter. So you have to understand that even on a high time frame, broader bullish action, sometimes you may go on a lower time frame and like do your own normal analysis or TA and find a little support that if the price retraces back lower to it, you may enter it as a scalp long. But it could be more, or it will be more powerful. Like, think about it. Like, will you like make more money of trading a little scalp long with no bias, like on a normal trading day, or trading a long with the bias of higher? So you have to understand this. Like, the only missing key that I will not be able to tell you how to do is actually finding such trade, because obviously it's all about, this is only an example. Obviously you either trade, depends on what kind of trading you do. Like me personally, I look for a volume profile point of control. I look for a Fibonacci retracement, golden pocket. I look for an anchored view from a low, depending on what low I'll take it from. Like maybe order block, depends. Like, but I'm just saying that please don't be trying to long here. Like, you can literally, like, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to be happy if Bitcoin actually fakes out these and goes lower. Why? Because that would be a good way of teaching guys not to open a long here. Like, even though I'm saying it quite maybe simply, that if we hold 92, my expectation is to go for 97. That does not give you the right to open a random long. Now, you could, or you may make money out of it, or from opening a random long, but you have to understand that I wouldn't be proud of myself, honestly, if I had done that. So anyways, sorry for going on a rant here. Let me go on a lower time frame, or maybe a higher time frame. Anyways, let me take a quick look at the comments. Finally got liquidated on my short. Whatever. I'm glad you are alive. Very good evening. You are alive. My bad. No worries. Anyways, by the way, like, if you get liquidated, then that's something you need to work on, and that's maybe one of the easiest things to work on. Like, analysis, learning TA is a bit hard or tricky. Depends on how many hours you need to put in. Anyways, but like, changing the bigger picture stuff is the easiest and has the highest impact. Like, I think you've all heard of the 20% of the, maybe the impacts or changes do the 80% of the work. So I think that there's like 20% of the stuff that you can trade or change into your own trading habits or system even, and then that would actually give you the highest impact or return in terms of actually becoming a profitable trader. Now, you have to understand this, guys, because like, some of you guys think that, oh, you need to learn liquidity or volume profile or order flow for you to become a good trader. But if you don't have the basics like locked in, obviously that is much easier, and obviously they do have a higher return on time investment, or whatever you want to put it like as. So the easiest thing I tell you, brother, here, living's fun. Living is fun, man. Anyways, it's just use a stop loss. Like, you being liquidated on a short shows me that you are literally, with all due respect, gambling with your money. Don't be like, getting liquidated just as testament that you had entered without an invalidation point. Hold on a second. We got Lifano BRT in the chat. Doing good, brother. Learning to stay disciplined, gonna take the weekend off. That's quite right, to be honest. Bro, you are a gym. Thank you, Rohan. My Jose said, if you end up getting a short later, when do you close the long? At what level do you close the long? Personally, I think you guys maybe have caught on to it by now, but if you didn't, then me personally, I try to be as greedy as possible with all longs and shorts. Like, I lock in 50% off. Like, I try to be greedy with the 50% off. So I already take 50% off of my trade. I think at 88. Like, I opened up the long. Imagine that. Like, I opened up the long at 84.6. That was on Sunday. I made it quite clear, obvious. I'm not here flexing, guys. I'm just saying that I literally made a video titled "Why I Longed Bitcoin." So I think most of you guys did know about it. Anyways, so when I had longed Bitcoin at hold on a second, at 84.6, my target, or my best wishes for the trade was to get a hit of 88.6. And when we had gotten the hit of 88.6, I had moved my stop loss at entry. Now, with doing that, I'm already totally satisfied with the amount of profit I took off the trade. So whatever happens next remains, or doesn't matter as much to me. Like, whatever happens much is actually, I see it as a hedge of us possibly going higher. Like, I have a short from 125, I have a short from 106. I need a long from a local bottom that would allow me the freedom of actually, like, seeing us holding 92, canceling the short and continuing long. Seeing, let's just assume, if you go to 96, 97, and then seeing a strength, canceling the idea of a short, not taking a short here, easily not doing anything because I don't like to trade breakouts. So I'll never long us breaking out of 97. But I have to understand that if we go above 97, it's probably likelier than not that we go to 105. So the way I like to do it is just rather than actually opening random longs, I just continue with the regular long. So you have to understand that I'm not quite planning to close the long fully. Like usually whenever I open up a long or short, I take 50% off. I know that is quite maybe a weird way of doing it, but trust me guys, it actually gives you the one of the most amazing risk reward ratio because it allows for you to try random longs and shorts. By random, I mean risky longs and shorts. Like, not risky, but at least it gives you a bit of strength in terms of actually trying to short highs, local tops, and local bottoms. Like, it's not a coincidence that I usually end up being or end up holding up to a nice short from a local top and a nice, hold on a second, a nice long from a local bottom. Like, it's not a coincidence. It's about me holding or understanding that I have the freedom or the ability to try longing or catching, quote unquote, the knife. Okay, obviously, I do it with my own analysis and the reading of the order flow. So it's not random, but I'm just saying random in terms of actually me trying to do that without fearing or without waiting for a quite clear market structure break. Anyways, I know that's quite complicated, but I just want you to understand, guys, that like most of the times I'm prepared for the price, like to give me a short. Like, the best, to be honest, the best case scenario for this long to happen is actually going to 96.97, getting the short at 96.97, and then once I do have this or I get that like at 97.96, I'll have a short from 106, a short from 97, and then if the price goes lower, I'll take 50% off from my short, and at the midway point at here, like let's assuming at 90k, if the price actually goes to 97, getting the short and then goes lower. So it's all about, I'm just giving an example here, like if all goes to plan and we go back to 98, I'll probably take 50% off the short and I'll have a 50% off taken from the long and a short, and then wait and see which one gets taken out. By taking out, I mean just the no profit side, because obviously I already took 50% off. So see how like beautiful it is to be not beholden to the market. Like I can literally hold a short from a perfect top, I hold a long from a perfect bottom, and then at the midway point, wait and not have a care in the word about where or in the word about where the market is going next. Like we can either go higher, and then obviously my next, or sorry, the rest of the short would be stopped out and will continue higher, totally fine. Or, which is more probable because obviously we are downtrending, if we actually or we go lower, then that's totally fine. I've already taken 50% off. The long was a nice hedge for me to enjoy my time, and then I made the most out of it, and now it's going to be taken out with no profit. Or I'm saying no profit, I mean the 50% off that I didn't take profit on. Obviously I do have already taken profits out of it. Anyways, and then for the price to continue on lower. I know that is quite maybe an advanced way of trading, but trust me, that actually gives you the highest amount of return because it allows for trades to stick on for longer. Like most beginner traders lose because they do not manage to hold on to the greediness whenever the market actually gives them a profit. Like they literally close the winning trade immediately. But like the crazy thing is, like they have the ability to hold on to a trades, but only if it's a losing one. Like if you have a losing trade, all of the beginners traders will obviously not close it. Like they have a random itch towards waiting for the market to either liquidate them or gives them an entry, or sorry, the rotation back to their entry. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to turn off the camera and also the audio. Thank you, brothers. Don't worry. Just a bit sick here. Uh, Hopefully, hold on. I think I've missed a few questions or comments here. Let me quickly find them. We've got Wayne in the chat. Ahmed, my apologies. I'm back, brother. I unintentionally missed the last 2 days. Happy to be there or here. Thank you, brother. No worries at all. Thank you for showing up and actually for caring enough to write me such a kind comment, to be honest. How you doing, brother? Do you trade altcoins? Asked by VZ. Personally, I do from time to time, but I mainly focus on Bitcoin. I do trade ETH not a lot of time, but at least like a couple of times a month. And sometimes I do look at Solana, but I'm not against trading altcoins, but it only depends on the timing. So I think timing is key. Like you have to understand when it's in your favor to try and like trade little altcoins, or whenever it's actually best to just make money by trading Bitcoin, because at the current time, Bitcoin is giving us enough hard time by itself, so I don't need more action by including little altcoins that literally randomly dump and pump whenever Bitcoin actually goes higher or lower. We've got BRT. Thank you, brother. Antonio said, I'm still new into this, but thanks to you, brother, I think I will be able to make the lost money back. Since you trade less and find best swing trades as far as I can see, bro. No worries at all, but thank you a lot for the kind comment, and I'm quite hoping that you actually will be able to make your money back. Dennis said, if this is a liquidity sweep, we can look for a short. If this is a liquidity sweep, now I'm not sure what you mean. This isn't a liquidity sweep. Could be if you're talking about this lower one, but I'm pretty sure you're referring to this area. So yeah, even though like it's a bit tricky because we don't have like a pivotal important top with the others like following it, so like it's hard to tell which wick is the beginning of the quote unquote liquidity. But yeah, I do agree that in addition to 96, sorry, 97, 98 being a good high important volume area on the past year, we also have this as a good liquidity sweep, especially if we go higher. Like the higher we go, the better in terms of actually shorting, liquidating shorts or stopping out shorts that have their stop losses above 97, 96. So basically liquidity works this way. Like you have to understand where there's like a cluster of wicks that has a higher likelihood of actually holding above them a good stop loss for multiple shorts or longs if we're talking about the other opposite area. As you can see, give me a second here. Steve said planning to short if we get to 97. Exactly, like, that's my plan too. So my predictions and my expectations is for higher. As I've been saying, I literally made a Telegram post, guys. By the way, if you're not following me, make sure to follow me on the free Telegram channel, because I was literally boarding my plane today, and I tried to make a quick post by saying just go to the description and you find it here, free Telegram channel. So as you can see it, and I literally said that holding 91, 92 and higher we go. On the plane now, I'll go live in the next few hours, champ. So, and we actually did that like literally 4 hours after flying. I literally went to the office to make you guys a quick live stream here. Not that quick, to be honest. We are still we got still more time to talk about lots of stuff. Is holding long and short the same time safe? Yes. So you have to understand that I know that it's quite confusing, especially for beginners out there, but if you understand that your trade, or you're managing the trades separately, so there's no risk here. Like what's not safe about making money? This is the way I like to think about it. Like forget that they are literally in opposite directions. They are taken for different reasons at different times at different prices. So as long as these three criteria are met, doesn't matter. Like it may sound risky, but trust me, it doesn't. Like if I ask you why or how is it risky, you won't be able to find a reason, because there isn't. It's just the notion of hearing a long and a short together. Oh, this is so risky, but trust me, it's not. As long as you manage to understand they are managed separately, or they're supposed to be managed that way. Thanks for always posting your bias in Telegram. Helps me make good trades. That exactly. Like, to be honest, like, I'm trying to like, even though most of you guys would prefer me giving you blind signals, I'm totally against them. But the best thing here is, guys, I've actually been with you for a good like maybe 1 hour live streaming, making little videos as I've been promising for every single day, guys. Going live at 7 a.m. Eastern time, making or going live and never missing an upload. That's the most important thing. Now with that, we can have setups being talked about, or even taking them on live. But also on the free Telegram, is quite nice to not only tell you if I have a setup or not, but also for giving you my bias. Like, if someone understands that holding this will make me wait for higher, the smartest one out there will use this in their favor by looking for trades. Like, some could trade literally a random altcoin that I didn't even look at, but they understood that Ahmed is waiting for 97. If we hold 91, then I should be looking for longs. I have a long idea. I watched him do this and that, so I started charting by myself and I found a new trade. That's the best, and obviously the best outcome a viewer of mine can like reach, because I'm going to be totally proud of actually not just having to mention. Obviously, I love doing that, but having to mention setups wouldn't be able to make you as much money as someone who is also able, like, along with taking the setups, also able to understand the concepts behind me coming up with these set setups, and then obviously being able to replicate them, whether on Bitcoin itself or either like other altcoins, guys. By the way, uh, BRT said, would it be safe to say that we could consolidate through the weekend? Maybe look for an idea upon Monday open. Yeah, that's usually the expectation. But obviously, you never know these like random weekends, guys. You gotta be cautious. Don't randomly assume that we have to always consolidate. Even though, like, for the past month, we have seen it happen. Like, I think we had a little pump twice and two consolidations, like with pure no movement, like for the past 30 days. But don't have it as a like a assumption, like a locked in assumption. Just view the market and see what happens. But that's like true. No worries, brother. Thank you a lot for actually being appreciative. Thank you, BRT, brother. Zloty said, finding mind support scalp long is 3-to-1 ratio. If you take the half, I'm not sure what you mean, but maybe you can rephrase your question, brother. Mirzad said, Salam, if we touch 97.1, is it mean low is in? Does it mean? I think you mean nothing ever means anything, guys. Like, even if we touch 97, and even if we break 97, it's never like an actual statement. The bottom is in, guys. Like, you'll never catch me say that, guys, because this is not true trading. Nobody knows if this is the bottom or not. So if we hit 97, if I short 97, if we break 97, nothing will actually tell me that the bottom will be to be honest, like, held, guys. You have to understand that it's never as simple as that. It's all about making money, guys. Even though I know my answers are boring, but trust me, I need to give you realistic answers rather than maybe giving you entertaining answers. Hello, Ahmed. Good to see you. Thank you, brother. The action tourist here. Long here or wait for retest? Never long a breakout. I'll just say that. Bro, what do you think about alt season? Me personally, I don't believe in the notion of an alt season. I do agree that from time to time we do get good periods, or in terms of actually altcoins outperforming Bitcoin, but I wouldn't like put a label on it and call it an alt season, because if I was to do that, then obviously that would be actually hurting me, because if I immediately start saying, oh, now we have begun an alt season, think about how bad it would end up being if actually we don't get as much of a pump as someone may expect. So rather than using these like retail famous sentences or labels, I'll just go with the flow. And by that I mean, like, if I find a good long, if I find a good investment, I'll do that. But I don't need to put a label on it, because putting a label on a certain period of time in the market usually ends up being either too right or too wrong. And here we're all about eliminating risk and eliminating losses, guys. Yes, I opened at 82k to 92k. I take out 80%. That's quite smart, quite good. At least you still got a little bit of your long, 20% of your long still open. That would leave you actually benefiting from the upside in case we actually get the expected higher prices that I'm still waiting for. By the thief said, after taking 50% off from your long or short, at what point would you add more to your position? I usually, or I almost never add more to an existing position. All I have, like, by the way, guys, if you want to check out weeks, because on weeks we do have on the top right corner we got isolated, separated. So that would allow me to, every single time I open up a trade, long or short, that will be a trade by itself, a separate trade by itself. So you never see me combined. So the reason why I don't combine, quote unquote, combine trades is because the way I like to trade is obviously making new setups. So if I long Bitcoin with an idea that you use to find a setup, longing again would obviously be with the assumption that I already took a long based on a new idea. So think about it, like, why would I combine them if they are both found and managed and entered with two separate reasons? I'd much rather have them like stacked on each other as a list. Sorry, by stacked I mean like seeing them on the list by themselves, and manage them differently and separately. That way it wouldn't be confusing, and it's also much easier to let one of them run for higher. Like, imagine, as I've said, like, guys, previously, like, now, just to use my long as an example, I do have it at 84.6. Now that is the entry. Now imagine if I was to change it from separate to combined and then open up a new long at maybe 92. If I open up a long and at 92 and I have one at 84, then my entry will be moved to maybe 88. So it's going to mess up my entry, and I need my entry to be as low as possible for one of them to run higher. Like, if I open up a long at 92 separate to the 84 long, and then the price goes higher, if the price starts to retrace lower, we can maybe have the second long being stopped out, but the other one would survive if we don't go as low as the entry of the first one. So see how I need them to be separate, because my whole way of trading revolves about holding the winners for much longer. And with that being said, I need the entry to be as far away as possible from the current price, be it a short or a long, obviously, because for the short I need to be as high as possible, for a long I need to be as low as possible, guys. Sorry for rambling on that much, but I just want to make it quite clear, guys. Here, let me quickly read the comments here. I'm trying to look for as much comments as here. I see now that for the explanation. Thanks. Oh, no worries, bro. Thank you, Jose. I am fat said, how do you mark these red and orange lines? Thank you. Now, that's the only question I wouldn't be able to answer fully, because the lines are only a representation of my way of trading. So the line, the color itself, or the me choosing to use a horizontal array for the line and a horizontal line for the orange stuff, is only so I wouldn't I'm not sure how to use it or say it in English, but anyways, it's only an artistic, I wanted to say artistic choice of mine. So you have to understand that the colors and the colors and the naming are only done by me. Like, I can literally change it, doesn't matter. Like, the how thin it is, I only chose it. Why is it colored red? To be honest, I'm not sure. Like, I literally started using red and then I kept using that. So you have to understand that the lines are not an indicator. They're literally the tools that you have here. So we have trend lines, horizontal array. So I use horizontal array and horizontal line. So doesn't matter. I just an artistic preference, as I've said, doesn't matter. And then whenever I choose one, I give it a name. So this is called a value area low. You can't find it out there. This is literally me typing in. As you can see, this is me. I typed in VAL and then I clicked OK. So it's hard to tell you what or how I came up with every single line, because that would mean that I have to spend hours or maybe days explaining the way I do trading. So or the whole. I have to explain every single concept in depth to give you an idea of the lines. But you have to, most of you guys at least must understand, or all of you guys must understand that these lines are not indicators. I've already gotten like comments in the YouTube section of some people assuming that some us are asking me like, what indicator gives me the red lines? No, guys, I don't use any single indicator. There's no done for you service that would give you lines to trade off of, guys. This is only pure price action, volume, and order flow. And I use, from time to time, I use these lines to remind me of a certain area, and I know the meaning of it and the stuff of that. Anyways, let me quickly just double check on this. Let me continue reading the comments. We got a motto here. Hello, Ahmed. I hope you get well soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Livingsman said, from now on, use me as the best example of a beginner because I learned something on each live session and still F up sometimes. To be honest, that's totally alright, brother. As long as we're both learning and we're having a good time, that's totally fine, brother. Ahmed, I think we get it by now. You've been sick for a month. Yeah, to be honest. It's like today is more sick than the other days, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm too prone to getting a flu by just being a bit cold, and the weather change is quite. I don't deal with with weather to be honest like that much. However, the good thing is at least like even though my body gets like is sick for literally 80% of the year, I wouldn't let it to be honest like affect me. So I'd rather be sick almost the whole year, but never take a day off, rather than just have two big sick periods where I literally take a week off. I was sorry, hold on a second. Renata said, I was wondering, where are you? Good to see you here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Leon said, I'm looking to short 93k, 94k, and thoughts. Personally, I'm not sure if you have an idea here, then go for it, brother. Don't let me stop you from shorting 94. Personally, I don't see a viable reason to why short 94. Like, to be honest, like I'm going to be waiting for 97. Renata said, room hotel was very late in my time, Poland. Yeah, that was also late for me, guys. Like when you literally, when you had went live, like from on Tuesday and also Wednesday, as you can see, that was literally done 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. my time when I was going, or when I had went, to be honest, live. But at least I knew that with me going live for an hour, even if the person has, or sorry, the timing isn't ideal for some of you guys, you'll always have it as a recorded live stream, and then you can go and watch it at a better time, to be honest. Stevik said, isn't it safer to wait for 98, 99 than short? It's not about which thing is safer. It's only about you having a certain setup for certain reasons and then taking it. So if you have a line or you have a reason to short 98, 99, be my best. I have a reason at 96, 97, then I'll take it. But it's not about which exact price it hits. Like it may hit, for example, it may hit 100k and then goes lower below my line. Then I can short here. So it's not about like what price I'm going to be waiting for. You have to understand, guys. It's not it's not about me being right or you being right at what the top is, because I'm not expecting I'm not saying that we will go lower from 97 or we can't go to 99 or 98. As I said, guys, like we can literally go to 98. I'd honestly prefer like hitting 98 for us to take liquidity, and then I'll prefer to see lower and then here and decide to enter short. You have to understand that I'm not here to predict. I'm only here giving you my cases and also my setups. Anyways, thanks for the explanation. Learned a lot from you every stream. Thank you, Speaky. ELV said, thank you, brother, for great content. No worries. Thank you, brother. What is your rule for the initial stop loss position and how much leverage do you use? For the first question, or the first part of the question, as I've been saying, guys, that you have to understand that for you to become a day trader, you need to find a setup, and by that you need to find reasons and a confluence and a multiple amount of reasons that would point you at longing a certain area or shorting a certain area. And if you actually become a trader that has reasons to enter their trade, then obviously you also will be able to find what's called an invalidation point. Like, I've entered because of so and so and so, or if the price goes lower than my reasons to long, this is my invalidation point. Like, for you to become a logical, like, good trader, a profitable one, you have to understand that you only enter because you had reasons to do so. And if we assume that the guy who's asking me the question already has reasons to enter his trades, or his or her trades, then the only way, or the quick fix, is just to think about where will you be wrong, or where will the idea be invalidated. Very simple. It's not about a percentage, it's not about a certain wick, it's not about a certain close of a candle. It's only about where am I going to close the trade, because the reasons that made me go into the trade in the first place are no longer valid. Hopefully, guys have understood that. What would you do if you missed the long at 84? Any other point to safely take along? Sorry if you already answered this question. No worries, brother. I'm always happy about answering questions and re-answering questions. Obviously, or honestly, most of the questions that we get on a daily basis are recycled questions, but it doesn't matter because I truly enjoy answering them, and also obviously because one would give me a different way of asking me the question, and then I might answer it in a different way, and hopefully you guys are able to not only get a daily TA and trading lot of analysis of me, but also educational content of me actually answering the comments. I'm quite enjoying the fact that I've gotten lots, and I'm still getting lots of comments every single day, and that would keep the flow of the conversation going for the live stream. Anyways, if I had missed the long at 84, I'm not sure that I see a better or any good long other than that. Or sorry, with that being said, if you guys remember back then, the only good long that I literally like told you guys, or suggested previously when we were long, like literally it happened when we were live. Let me double check when was this. That was on Monday. Like, you literally, if I go to Monday's live stream, hold on a second, you'll see that I literally pointed that, guys, now like I'm long from 84.6. So I was long from here, so I wouldn't be longing again. But I literally told you guys, now guys, we have went down a bit, hit the anchored view up, hit this one, and then went higher. Like, if someone, I think most of you guys have watched it, but if you missed it, let me I don't want to waste our time by looking for it, but I can literally like try and find it, because I literally told you guys this is a good viable long to enter. Hold on a second. Let me see when did it happen exactly. I'm quite lucky that I talk a lot, because we literally spent an hour and 40 minutes on the live, and then we got lucky to get a chance of entering a long. Hold on, or not entering along, but at least suggesting it. Like, I told you guys, like, when it was happening, I told you that the only reason why I'm not longing at this fake out of 85 is because I do already have one at 84. But some of you guys may have took it, and some of you guys did actually take it. Anyways, I'm just trying to find it here. I think I found it. Yeah, as you can see. So if the question is where's the only other long that some could have entered, is actually if you had missed the one where I literally made an actual quite like easy to understand title and a little quick video. Literally the video was 3 minutes long, guys. That was on Saturday last week. Where is it? Yeah, this one, why I longed Bitcoin. That was 5 to 6 days ago, precisely 6 days ago, because that was posted on last Saturday at night, so it hasn't hit the full 6 days. But anyways, that was actually the easiest long, because I literally, even though I'm against it, I gave you a signal to enter at 84. But even with that, if you had watched the Monday live stream, you literally had me saying that, guys, us hitting this one, as you can see, us hitting 85, taking the low, see how nice and beautiful it is, to be honest. Like, I will literally gave you guys this setup on the previous live stream. Like, if you stick around for every single live stream, you either get a prediction, you get a setup to take by yourself, or if we get it to all together, I'm going to be talking about it and maybe taking it with you guys. So see how nice it is. Like, I told you guys, this is a viable long on Monday, as you can see, and this ended up being literally the bottom. And after that, we literally, as you can see how beautiful it is. I think the entry was like this. Anyways, that was literally the bottom where we kept on going from higher. So to answer your question, brother, these are the only good longs. And see, like, see how, like, it's not a coincidence that the only good longs that could have been offered or given from 80 to 93k are the ones where we had a drop, or we had a bounce sorry, we had a drop and a retracement. Like this required a retracement, this required a retracement. Just because we had never seen a good viable retracement on a 15 to 30 minute time frame, I don't see a good or any other long to be had, especially this price action. Like this one, I wouldn't be able or not. It's not about me, not my inability. It's not about my inability because obviously I could find a stupid long here, but it's about I wouldn't be long in here because the risk is much higher than the reward. So see how, like, if someone wants to learn from me, see how, like, every single time I suggest or take a long, it always like comes after a drop. You'll never catch me long in a pump, like even right now, even though like right now my expectation is because or is if we hold 92 91, I'm going to be waiting for 97. You'll never catch me long in because I don't do longs at the tops. I only long when everybody's fearful. Anyways, so thank you for your question. That was actually reminded me of the suggested long. Alexander said, "We learn a lot with you than blind signals." Thanks, to be honest. Thank you, brother. Thanks for the answers, bro. Have a nice evening. You too, likewise, brother. How can I check my weeks to make sure it's accepted your code and you're getting credit for my account? You can maybe email me your UID, brother, and hopefully I'll check. If I don't forget, hopefully, let me drop down my own email, guys. My official. It's only official at champscrypto.com, guys. So official. Hold on, at champscrypto.com. This is, or this should be my email if I don't make any stupid typo here. Official at champscrypto.com. So even if it's mistyped, just write the word official at champscrypto.com. That's the email, guys. So brother Wayne, you can maybe email me your UID, user ID of your weeks, and then I'll double check if it's signed under me or not, guys. Thank you for caring enough to maybe double check about that. And that actually would lead us, or would remind me of at least mentioning after hitting 1 hour. So it's totally 1 hour of not talking about anything. I don't like the fact that maybe this is the only thing that I would benefit out of. Like, I have nothing to sell you guys, but if you want to support the channel and also use an exchange that I actually do use it myself because it's quite good in terms of actually day trading. If you want to become a day trader like I do, guys, I quite enjoy weeks. And I wouldn't hide the fact that we also, guys, have an affiliate code / affiliate link. So please, you must understand that using this would give you an offer because that's an exclusive offer. A new one, by the way. It's only has been up for a week, I think. It gives you a bonus if you just make an account with your phone and email, no KYC, and it also gives you an additional bonus if you deposit. So you have to understand, guys, that please only sign up if you're convinced of the exchange, and also if you okay with being signed under me. Nothing will be taken from you, but it is actually an affiliate link, guys. I have nothing to sell you in the description, but only this link, which I have, or I try to not overly say it, but at least once a live stream is totally fine, I think. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. I buy Bitcoin on 90.7, can reach 100k. Could be not. I'm not here, guys, to tell you if it can't or it could. To be honest, everything is possible. I know that's boring, but that's the true answer. Like, don't think that a profitable trader, someone who makes money by trading Bitcoin, knows where the price is going next. I may have biases from time to time, as I do right now. Like right now, I tell you that holding 92, 91 would probably cause a pump to 97, but that's only on a lower time frame. Don't think that just because I make money or I sound cool by knowing like lots of technical stuff that I know where the price is going. That's totally a misconception that unfortunately most famous traders or analysts throw it around, or some of the beginners out there misconceive or get deceived by money, and they think that money equals knowledge. Thoughts on doing quick scalps versus doing more midterm trades like you? For me, a scalp is a position I only hold for like 1 to 10 minutes. To be honest, yeah, the true maybe definition of a scalp is maybe a trade that's only held for a couple of minutes. But to be honest, I'll give you an answer in also in a boring way, that only do whatever makes you money. So just because, brother, you haven't yet found your maybe your style of trading, I'd suggest trying both out and see which one not only do you enjoy, because it offers you a better lifestyle, but most importantly, obviously, money-wise, which one is honestly profitable. Like, uh, don't pick and choose or wait for me to give you an answer. Rather than that, just do it yourself. It depends on your style of trading, your psychology, how you manage the trades. Totally depends on you, brother. So the smart thing to do here, even though my answers usually require you doing the work, I know that I'm not the unfortunate truth that it's only up to you and you have to test it out. It depends from a person to person. Depends on the way you do your TA, the way you think about stuff. Like, it totally depends. So unfortunately, you have to test it and try it yourself, and maybe you let me know which one made you a profitable trader. Hopefully you become a profitable trader if you aren't already. What's the next trade? Thank you, Joel, for asking the question. I think we've covered it, but just because I know that lots of you guys are coming and leaving the live stream, so the closest short is at 97.96. But with that being said, as I've been saying for the 20th time now, only a short if we get a negative rejection off of the line. Like, don't be limit ordering. Don't put a limit order at 96.97. You need to put an alert on, as I do. Like, see how my chart, you see on the right corner, it's literally like next to the price, it's literally filled with alerts all the way up and down. Like, I've got one alert here, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. So these only on the lower time frame. Like, imagine that only on the lower time frame I have 6, only this, also this one, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I don't have to predict or put a limit order. If the line is hit, I'll be notified. I'll open up my monitor, see the price action, see the order flow, and then make a good decision whether I decide to hold on because we don't see any negative rejections, and then we wait for higher, or we see a rejection and then take the short with the understanding that we have a stop loss here and then wait for lower. You have to understand this, guys. So me mentioning a setup doesn't mean that you have to enter it or put a limit order. Will you short before the next all-time high in a swing trade? Yes, absolutely, yes. As I've been doing that, I've literally been doing that. I have my all-time high open short, but I also have a 106 open too. So I wouldn't say that it will happen. So I can't tell you, because obviously there's always the possibility of Bitcoin actually going higher and never seeing lower prices. Obviously, if this happens, I'll never short. But with the understanding that we are right now downtrending, then obviously my answer will be obviously yes. I'm a day trader, so I don't care about the all-time high bull bear conversation, to be honest, market, whatever. I'm just focusing on making money. So if I get a good chance to short, I will take it. If I see strength, I'm going to be waiting for higher. A good possibility that may happen, even though it's not totally in the picture right now, we may actually get, like, assume that maybe like 5%. I'm just making up probabilities here, but let's just say 5%. We have a 5% of chance of breaking out of 97, waiting for higher, breaking out of 105, waiting for higher, and then like every single time we break a line and go higher. So if this happens, nothing to do here except waiting, watching, and enjoying the profit of the longs being held at the lows. So I do have longs from lower. I'm not forced to randomly short the pumps. Please don't. The most maybe or the most common mistake that most of the beginners fall into is actually failing to understand that right now it's better to stop trading, because some of you guys may have not had or don't have a long from lower, so they will try to randomly, blindly force a short. They think, oh, the price has gone up. They feel like they feel the FOMO of missing out on the profit from longs, so they try to short, and then they end up losing their money and the price going all the way up. Like, trust me, the market doesn't respect no one. Not you, not me, not even our TA. So stop thinking or stop having like solid convictions. Hold on a second. Sorry, brothers. What do you think about Ethereum? Ethereum is good. Has been, like, to be honest, outperforming or similarly performing Bitcoin, because we had hit 2,600. I'm quite happy about it, to be honest. So I wouldn't give you a good prediction because I haven't yet focused on it much, to be honest. But I think that it is in a good area or a good zone at least. But to be honest, the reason why I've held up or held out of me talking about ETH or any other altcoins for the past, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks. Sorry, yeah, because I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to show its hands, maybe consolidate for much longer. Because right now we've been literally moving up a bit and then falling a lot. Moving up a bit and then falling a lot. So I need to see a good consolidation for me to maybe become interested in talking about other altcoins. So I think that you have to understand, guys, that as a trader, someone who does it for a living, I'm not here to entertain. So if you find me being interested too much on ETH, like if you find me on the Ethereum chart a lot, you have to understand that I have a reason to do that. If I don't talk about ETH much, understand that it's only because I'm not focusing on it, or I'm not looking for an opportunity to maybe profit out of ETH. So you have to understand this, but hopefully, guys, I also try to remember that I'm also making content. So I have from time to time to read the comments and maybe open the chart up a little bit. But anyways, before I forget, as I told you guys, that if you want to make the most out of the exclusive offer, totally up to you guys. It's only also supports me, but I also like the fact that weeks doesn't require KYC. So you can literally click on the link, make an offer, literally, or sorry, make an account using the offer, exclusive offer, in literally under 2 minutes if you do it quickly. You can literally put the email on. The referral code will be done automatically. As I said, this is an affiliate link, guys, so I know that I'm selling you stuff, but if you're totally okay with it, that's fine. If you're not, then please be my guest and look up weeks on Google. You don't have to use my own link. My own link is only good because it gives me something in return, and also it gives you the bonus. So if you make an account, no KYC, it will give you a bonus. If you deposit, it will also give you a bonus. And I also do like it in terms of actually longing and shorten multiple times in the day. So if you want to move on into weeks, be my guest, but totally up to you guys. Please, Cisco said, hi Ahmed, can you tell me how to realize profits in trading? Is there a rule for that? Emotions can play a trick on us. Sometimes a problem because we all have emotions. Now, to be honest, that's totally a loaded question that we may be forced to leave it for some other time, because unfortunately, brother, sorry, or sister, we have already surpassed over an hour, and I'm a bit sick here, and I need to go live again and again. 2 lives remaining, so I love a question. I want you to promise me to ask me that question again on Monday's live stream. So thank you a lot, brothers and sisters too. Sorry if I forget to say sisters too. I'm just trying to get to be honest, like to remind myself of actually saying it as a full sentence. Anyways, we also got the free Telegram channel. Nothing to sell you guys. All you can do to support me is maybe your kind words, and also if you would decide to move to weeks, using the link is a good enough offer, and also gives you a bonus. And just as I said, guys, this is an affiliate link, so do with that as you may. The link is in the first in the description. Also, I think I put it as a pinned comment on the comment section, guys. So if you want to move to that, 100 bonus and $100 gets you a $50 bonus. Quite that's good, and they don't require KYC. So no, it's an easy transition from your old exchange to this one, and that's the place where I've been literally trading for the past year. So thank you guys for being nice to me. Hopefully, you guys understood the current outlook on the market, my next trades, and also my expectations, and you hopefully understand what kind of stuff I've got going on my week's portal. I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the weekend show on the moon, and Monday, or also I'll still make little videos, by the way, like Saturday and Sunday. I'll try to make little videos, but I won't be going live. From Monday, we'll proceed on with the regular scheduling at 7 a.m. Eastern time every single day, Monday to Friday, covering live streams and also making little updates. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll leave you for the rest of your evening.